Chat, get ready, it's time for an extra long Club Kirby. I've got some catching up to do. We didn't do a stream at all yesterday. So now, I guess I have to make that up to you. Okay, let me just get adjusted here. Okay, we should be good to go. How you doing, chat? I apologise I was not here yesterday. I try to be on. I do at least a little something every single day. But yesterday I was just not feeling it. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time watching, I am John Porter. I am the creator of the comic book series Kevin Morgan Kirby. And every day we come on, we do some kind of a stream, usually. Typically what we do in Club Kirby, what we have been doing is art streams. Usually I'm drawing anyway, so I'll be live on air and I'll be showing you what I'm drawing and talking through art stuff. We're gonna start mixing it up because I just decided, I feel like we've been doing this for a couple of months now and I don't see us getting any traction. And I think we need to adjust our approach. So, I still want to do art streams, I still want to come on and show you what I'm working on, all that kind of stuff. But, I think we just need to have more like variety in the stream. And I feel like once you've seen me draw one page, it's like if I come back every single day and it's like we're doing the same kind of thing, you know? And maybe it all gets a little bit samey. And also, I just don't know how much of an audience there is out there for doing art streams, especially if like me, you have a small platform and not a lot of people know you. It feels like it's just hard to get noticed, you know? So what I think we're going to do after some reflection, I think I'm going to try and like split the stream up into different segments where we'll do one segment that is like an art stream like we've been doing, and then we'll do just like some general chat, and then we'll do like a bit of gaming as well, and we'll try and just experiment and see how it goes. But if you're new here, readcmc.com is the home of Kevin Morgan Kirby. You can find out all about the comics, about the characters, You can learn all about Kirby, about me as well. There's a lot of information about me and my sort of background on there. You can learn all about Club Kirby. Also, we're changing up the format, so I don't know if it's going to be up to date. You can go to the store and buy Kirby merch or comics or both. You can sign up for the Birdy Bulletin, which is our monthly newsletter, which was supposed to go out today, but I've just been swamped with work. So if you want to get this month's Birdy Bulletin, you still have time until I actually get around to doing it. I wanted to start getting into the habit of putting out the Birdy Bulletin on the first day of every month, and I didn't manage that last month, and it doesn't look like I'm going to manage it this month, but it does come out eventually, right? So you still have some time. And if you sign up, you get a free gift, which is you get the original 2018 version of Kirby issue 1. Like if you want to get the new version of Kirby issue 1, the good version, I have not updated the certificate on the Kirby website, and I need to do that. Is it not going to let me go through? I'm going to have to do that right after the stream. I know it expired today. Okay. Opera won't let me look at that. That's bad optics. I promise I will endeavour to get that updated right after the stream is done, okay? Normally you can go in there, you can read about the comics and where to get them. I'll do the spiel myself because I know the spiel off by heart, and you do not need to go to the Kirby website to purchase Kirby issue 1. You can find it on a variety of stores. You can get it from Drive-Thru Comics, you can get it on Global Comics, you can get it from Kobo, you can get it on Ko-fi, you can get it on Gumroad, you can get it on Google Play, you can get it on Amazon Kindle. Have I missed any? I don't think I have. I believe that is all of them. A variety of different platforms where you can purchase the comic. And their certificate works, not like mine. You should just let me go to the site. That's Opera being weird. Right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to work a little bit on Kirby issue 2. And then in hour 2, we're going to chat. We're going to do some Christmas shopping today on stream. Chat, you're going to help me. If you stick around and you're here on stream and chat, then you can help me during hour 2, right? And then hour 3, we're going to go back and play some Super Mario World and see if we can make a little bit more progress. I don't know where we're up to on there. So we'll have to just retrace our steps to see how we get on. So we're going to do like 3 hours today. We're going to be on until about 10 PM tonight. That's the plan anyway. So, but we should just get back into it because a lot to do. I should turn the heater. Chat, I wrapped up here. I'm always in the studio where I'm constantly complaining about how cold it is, and today is no exception. I'm particularly well wrapped up today. I've got my big thick cardigan hoodie thing on. I have a blanket wrapped behind my desk chair. There's a pillow underneath that blanket. There's a second pillow. So there's a second pillow that I'm holding, and a second blanket laid over my legs. And I have a hot water bottle. And the heater's next to me, but the heater, I just switched the heater up. We're not keeping the heater on, okay? And there's like a blanket that we put up. We talked about that in the previous stream. We got a blanket up to try and keep the cold air out and the warm air in the studio, right? So this is part of why it was particularly like cold and wet and everything yesterday, and it was just it doesn't help. So I'm really trying, chat, to come on and be present every day on stream, okay? So what are we looking at on here? Well, I need to tell you my other story about something that just happened, but we'll get to that. So, The sheet behind me is the opening credit, is the Morrigan transparency layer, as we call it. And I've talked about this so many times on chat, on stream, that I'm kind of tired of talking about it because I have to explain it every time. But, hold on. I gotta move something out of the way here. Because the character of the Morrigan or just Morrigan, or MG as Kevin calls her, in Kirby is transparent. She's like spectral, she's ghostly. The old-fashioned way we did it in the comic was, in order to represent that, was just actually draw her on a separate sheet of paper, and then we composite together. And we composite the layers, scan all the different sheets of paper, and they become just like separate layers in Photoshop, and then that's where the transparency effect used to work. Nowadays, because everything is, we're adapting the old art to a digital format, making new digital layers and new digital versions of all the old art. So what we're looking at here is, if you turn on the real layers, the main layers, and it'll make more sense. I have to explain this over and over again. It's okay, right. We've got 3 hours to go, we've got plenty of time for me to repeat myself. Here's the original, the main art. And as you can see, the main art on the main layer is done now, right? You have Corinne standing in her bedroom, and we can't see who she's talking to with the other layers switched off, but it's all there. That's good. Now, the other layers, or the other main sort of line art layer, is the Morrigan one. If I switch this layer to multiply, I'll start to make a lot more sense how this works. So we have like a comedic reveal, really, that in the first layer, in the first panel, we see Corinne like lying on her bed and she's complaining, and then in the second one, because Morrigan is like her great gazoo sort of character who appears only to her, it's like Morrigan's at the end of the bed, zapping the TV, which is just off screen, just off panel, I should say. And so Morrigan's all done there in that panel. This is the redone art for panel 2. Panel 3. Now this is the one that broke me, chat. This. Switch off again. This image of Morrigan here. I was working on this yesterday, and it just got to the point where it took hours to get it right, to get the hair right, and I just started to feel like my process is just becoming so overwhelming, and it's just slowing me down. It didn't help. I wasn't like sitting here in the studio. I was upstairs, and I was just using my little Intuos tablet connected to my laptop, and I guess that slows me down as well. But could not get this panel correct. Could not get the hair right. Could not get the shape right. Could not get the kind of symmetry of the hair correct. And I don't know. It went on and on and on. Okay, so eventually it was done. That was kind of one of the reasons why I could not stream yesterday, was I was just doing that and other things. I was just like under the weight of all this stuff, and I couldn't like break free of it, right? Okay, right, so the next one I've done today, right? This is the old art of Morrigan, and it's pretty bad, but right, in my defense, the original line art here is maybe, when I was drawing it on the actual page, is maybe like 2 inches high. When you zoom in like this, it looks pretty bad, but to try again, then just do it for like one tiny little element on the page, but still, even accounting for that, it's like, my goodness. Right, so turn it off. And then turn this one on. Okay, that looks a lot better, but there's something missing. Eyebrows. That's my mistake. Captain Mauser. Where are my eyebrows? That's a dated joke. That's an old man John joke. You don't like your Police Academy 3 humour? Is it bad even that I know which Police Academy Where My Eyebrows was in? Ah, okay. A little bit of clean up there, right? But again, right, so let's switch that off. Switch the old one back on. What we're gonna do now is, oh, see, I mean, we switch back and forth, it's like the difference is like night and day, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna excise this to the dustbin of history. I'm gonna go back into this layer. I just fill this with white. And then we will merge the new art that we've done with the page over the transparency layer. When we switch the main art back on, we'll do a lot of switching back and forth here. Switch that to multiply. Right, now everything should come together, right? In order to get an idea of how it's actually going to look. It doesn't really... We don't really get the full effect because the line art is kind of in the way. Once we've blocked in the colours and everything, it's going to look a lot better. It's going to work a lot more effectively in terms of the transparency, right? But you can see the new art is just so much better than the old art. So far. We're going to get working then on... We have 2 more illustrations of Morgan to add. We'll turn the main line art off. One of the things that's going to happen here is, in the new art, Bryn's going to kind of block out a little bit of the head maybe, but we'll adjust that as need be. We'll worry about that once we've actually got something on the page. And the body actually looks mostly okay. Maybe there's a few things I would change in terms of like the hand size, but for the most part the details of the body are alright. We just need to sort the head. Actually, maybe what we'll do is... This isn't normally how I do things. Usually I start off with the head. I think today we'll draw the body in first. And we'll just have like a headless MG for the bit. I think these sort of like psychological wins are very important. Because like I said, I feel like this page has almost been like on the verge of breaking me. I really did not want... We started this page on Monday and now it's Friday now. And I'm still working on it. And realistically, it's going to be like into Saturday before I can get the colours done, probably. It's a bit huge as well in the old art. But what I was going to say was, really I started prepping this page on last Sunday. I took last Sunday off, I wasn't streaming then either. and one of the things I was trying to do on Sunday was just get organised and get this page ready to commence with it, you know, get organised in terms of sorting out the number of layers that were going to be on it and converting the file from a PSD file to a Krita file and trying to get the file size down so that it wasn't using up a ton of system resources, that kind of stuff. Just so we were ready to go, so when we started on the Monday show, we could just get started drawing it, you know? So either way, it's gonna have turned out to be, it's gonna be like almost a week spent on this page again. And it feels like we have not been able to turn around the page recently in like less than a week. Some of the pages have taken us longer than that, and it's just not... things are not working out in the current format. What I need to do is isolate what it is that's slowing me down in terms of like my process, or what's going wrong, and then change that. Of course, the fear is always that any sort of sweeping changes that you make are going to have a detrimental effect on your work. But the worst thing in my mind that could possibly happen is to get to this point where it's something you can see in the, we've talked about this many times, in the original CORBIE issue 1, where the first couple of pages I was trying to settle into, you know, a process and a sort of a workflow. Just figure out what worked for me in terms of getting things on the page. And it was like, it's too slow, we need to change it. And that was how those disastrous, this is in the 2018 edition, that was how the disastrous, the shift to working with like marker pens and things happened. And so there was like a style shift a couple of pages into the comic, and it's like, oh. And then when that didn't work, and it wasn't even really that much faster, and the results were worse, it was like, change it again, and then we tried something else. So it's like the comic sort of had at least three different sections to it, where it was like I kept shifting gears, and it was like it resulted in a product that wasn't consistent, and that was kind of why there was this impetus years later to go back and say, well, can we fix it? Now we sort of know what the comic is supposed to look like, at least, and sort of what the house style is and everything. Can we go back and redo it to bring it in line with that? But now it's like I'm in a similar sort of position again, where for some reason with issue 2, like we came out the gate pretty quick, really, in terms of we were working on issue 2 back in like mid-September when Club CORBIE started again. I think it was pretty early on in our run of streams that we started on doing the new issue 2. And we've got the first couple of pages on paper. It didn't take us a huge amount of time. And then once we got to page, like I think it was like 5 or 6, something changed. I don't know if it was maybe just because more and more of my time was being taken up by the promotion for issue 1. Or if it's something else, if it's like just my insecurities appearing on the page or something. Maybe it's that, maybe it's like I'm trying too hard to get everything right because I'm like, well, maybe if I just try harder, then people will start to gravitate towards this, you know. Maybe maybe it's necessary for me to agonize more in order to like sell the comic or make the comic good. I don't know. So you can see I'm kind of second guessing a lot of stuff now. We really need to get back on track. Start turning around pages much quicker again. It's something that I'm trying to figure out, and at the same time I'm trying to figure that out, it's like I've been talking about how I feel like the streams haven't been working, like the format we've been doing for the live streams isn't working either, so it's like two big things that I'm trying to find a solution for at the same time. I guess we do just have to, there has to be, we've got to experiment with this stuff and see what works, I guess. Okay. Chat. I never did tell you my other story about what just happened earlier today, so... Or did just before streaming, in fact. I decided I was gonna go get something to drink. Just a glass of juice. From the kitchen, just something that I could have on hand at my desk here. Hydrate myself during the stream, especially since we're doing a long stream today, right? And the dishwasher has just been on, and it has everything in there is clean, so shouldn't have been a problem. I could just reach in, grab a glass, pour something into it. First glass that I pull out, I'm about to go pour something into it, and I'm like, shard of glass like missing. It's like broken off. And there goes my controller. There's a giant shard of glass that's just missing, and I was like, where did that go? It just broke off. I'm like, okay, so it must be in the dishwasher. You take it out for safety's sake, to save myself next time in case I put my hand in there, you know, cut myself or something. So like, I don't want that. Okay, I'll go in and I'll fish it out. And it's like, there's nothing. This is in like the top shelf of the dishwasher, if you can imagine. So there's no glass in there. But no, there's no broken glass in there. Okay. Well then maybe it fell into the bottom rung. I pulled that out. There's no broken glass in there either. I'm like, looked again. Okay, maybe it fell into like the bottom floor of the dishwasher when it broke off. And so I pulled the bottom tray out and looked inside the dishwasher, and I'm like, there's no glass in there. So it's like a giant chunk of glass broke off of this one drinking glass and then disappeared. I don't get it. Now, I do not remember when I put the dirty dishes and dirty glasses and such into the dishwasher. I do not remember seeing this shard of broken glass in there. So I don't think the glass went in there pre-broken, if that makes sense. So I could be wrong. But I don't know, it's like a mystery what happened, and I guess now I gotta be on my toes. Perhaps literally I have to be on my toes then in case it's fallen off someplace, and I need to make sure I don't step on it. But it seems likely at some point there's going to be like a big piece of jagged glass is going to materialise in the kitchen somewhere. I've got to be careful. That's weird. I think we'll get into it more in hour 2. We'll talk about the Christmas shopping stuff. I can't believe, like, you know, I can believe it's December 1st because November just flew by. And people always say, well, the older you get, the more time seems to accelerate, and it's true. You may have had the experience of like when you're very young. It's like this stretch through like autumn into winter, approaching Christmas. Feels like it lasts forever because you're anticipating Christmas so much. Then, you know, the day when you get your presents and everything, it's like, and you know, you want it, and it's like, it's agonizing. When is it gonna come? Why is it taking so long? And then it's like, as an adult, you don't really have that. It's like time just hurtles on regardless, and you have so many things that you have to do, and not enough time to do them. And actually, you know, I'm kind of like, I'm glad for like that sort of rapid passage of time, because eventually I figure we'll get to like late December, we'll get to like the solstice, and then it's like the days are going to start to get longer again. It's like I cannot wait for that. I'm more excited about that, honestly, just now, than I am about Christmas time and presents and all that kind of stuff. Although realistically, we've still got, you know, it's like, really, we've got like January, February, it's still going to be dark through those months, but at least we'll know it's like we're past the worst of it, in a technical sense. I must be almost done with like the main body now, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, just a little bit more. Yeah, okay, chat. We will talk a bit more about Christmas actually in hour 2. How long have we got? Another 20 minutes? See how much we can get done as far as this illustration of MG goes in hour 1, and then hour 2 we're going to just chat for a bit. And I'm going to talk about Christmas shopping, and I'd like you, if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch, because we're simulcasting today. If you're here during hour 2, you can help me pick out Christmas gifts for myself. No, but what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, I need to sort out my wish list, because I've been asked to. I don't know what to put on it, so we've got to go find some things that I would like for other people to gift to me. I've been given some wish lists that I have to purchase gifts from for other people. So they're like, where's your wish list, John? And I'm like, well, officially I don't have one yet. But there must be lots of little things that I've seen throughout the year where I'm like, oh, I'd like to have that, but I don't want to spend the money. Being Scottish and being thrifty, right? It's like, yeah, I don't think I will. But if somebody else is willing to purchase them for me, sure. We just gotta get organised. We're going to be very Scottish about it this year, chat. We're being very frugal. We're only requesting gifts that are relatively cheap, right? Like under £20, I believe is the limit. So we're looking for like low cost things, but we'll get to that in hour 2. And then hour 3, we're going to play some Super Mario World. Chat, I am also thinking about what we're going to play when we're done with Mario World as well. I've been looking ahead to what's on the horizon. Just I've been looking on Steam. I'm trying to look for again games that are affordable that I might like to play, and which you know, that would be of interest to me, and things that don't feel like they're like low risk. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on some game and then it's like I don't enjoy it, and it's like I purchased that just with like the stream in mind, and it's like, well, that was a waste of money. I don't want that to happen, so I'm kind of thinking about that too, and put that in the back burner. Right, we're going to start on the head. Still got about 20 minutes. Now the old head was a bit oversized, and the hair is a bit undersized. So what happened on the previous occasion where we had this problem was it worked out that the overall head with the hair included ended up being about the same size, because it's like the head got smaller but the hair got bigger, so it sort of evened out. We'll see how it goes this time. Unusual thing applies here. We don't need everything to be perfect. We just need to get the foundational elements down, and then we can tweak it later. Although the method that I have been using recently of taking the getting the structure down and then gradually sort of adapting that is, you know, and refining it to become the final images. I'm starting to think maybe I should change that up a bit and just like put the foundational, you know, structure like this on one layer, and then just put a clean illustration on top of that, and maybe that would be quicker. Because I feel like one of the things that I think might be slowing me down is the cleanup and the amount of like messy construction areas on any given illustration. I have to go back and like I have to go in and sort of like pick the finished layer, you know, the finished line art out as I go, and sort of remove the construction lines, and having them all like on one layer feels like that should be, it feels like it should be a time saver, but I think it's a false economy. I think it's actually one of the things that's been slowing me down. Okay, you can kind of see how what I was talking about was like the messy construction layers and how we end up with just like a bunch of messy line art that we have to sort of gradually start to clean up. I've not even got like the headdress elements added yet. We still have that to do too. Again, at this point it's more about just figuring out the sort of the basic construction and how it's all going to work. And you can also see how harkening back to what I was saying earlier about like the original head was too big and the hair was too small, and with the connected sort of head and the connected hair on it kind of works out to be about the same size, but the proportions are just a bit better now, at least in theory. We're almost at the point now where we can start to go in and begin to clean all this up and start to get something that looks a lot more polished and a lot less messy. But before we do that, let's get the headdress on. Somebody's trying to DM me on Instagram, and I'm sure it's the same thing I got yesterday. I'm sure it's just somebody trying to sell me. It's like, do you want to buy followers or something like that? And I was like, no, I don't know if there's just like an uptick in scammers going on just now. I don't know, maybe it's nothing like that at all. Maybe it's unrelated, but there really is a lot of that going around just now. Okay, let me take a look. Okay, chat, I'll read you this DM request I just got. First of all, there's a gif of a cat. And it says the cat is your trusted ally from, I'm not going to tell you the name of the company. The message says, hello, I found your Instagram and it's apparent that you're onto something unique. That's the reason I'm sending a message with a video in your DMs that could be a game changer for your audience engagement. Thinking about more, how about more likes? Intensive comments. What's an intensive comment? Is that even something that I want? And views that truly reflect your content's worth. Our service is specifically crafted for passionate creators looking to make an impact on IG. This video is just the beginning of what we can offer in terms of how we can help you engage with your followers more effectively on a grander scale. Okay, you're blocked. You're gone. Get out of here. That's what I was talking about. You'll be on your toes just now, chat, during Christmas time. It's when there's just so much more of this stuff about, you know, phone calls from people telling you they're from Amazon and that your Prime has expired and all that kind of stuff, or that they're from the phone company and it's like they just want to check something with you, and it's like a person from overseas and they're trying to engage in some sort of scam or something like that. Just definitely like be on your toes just now. As far as people like coming out of the blue and offering you deals that seem like they're, or just anything in general that seems to be shady. Unsolicited calls, emails, DM messages, that kind of stuff. There's so much of that stuff that goes around at this time of year. I guess just because maybe it's just like taking advantage of the fact that people are busy and are stressed and are rushed off their feet, and I'm just trying to exploit that. Get you while your defenses are low. And also I'm sure it's like at this time of year taking advantage of the fact that people are like people could use the money and are looking for like a quick fix for things. Anyway. The headdress is very uneven. I don't know how, in the original art, I don't know how that happened. Try and even it out a bit more this time. Doesn't need to be perfect because there are like 3 branches, right? Or they're supposed to be. So they don't need to be, because they're organic, they can like flow a little bit. But generally, I try to make sure that both the matching ones on either side are about the same size. As you might know, Morgan's sort of headdress thing has been like an ongoing issue for me, and it's a design element that I wish I had never introduced, but I have gradually found ways to draw it that I think help. And one of the things is I don't add excessive details anymore. I just try and keep it very clean. Don't worry, and I don't. It's like just do it as like a series of like very simplified sort of lines. Just they can be a little bit jagged, you know, a little bit bumpy. It's important to not overthink it. I also think it's very important to make sure that the lines here are not too like weedy. The branches aren't too thin. Because I think that affects the sort of silhouette of the character as well. And the rest of the lines, you know, my sort of the house style that I use for CORBIE, the lines tend to be a lot thicker, a lot punchier, so it just we need those sort of like the 3 branch elements here to be in line with that as well. What are we doing for time? Oh, that's about 8 o'clock. Okay, right, we're going to move on now. We're going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up what we're doing here. Can't even talk today. Let's do a bit of cleanup then, huh? Before we finish up. Start to get rid of some of these construction lines, and we'll start to get an idea about what the finished art is gonna look like when it's done. Lose some of this mess. I'm just doing this very quickly because I don't want to be here all night. We've got to get on to our next segment of the stream. That's pretty good. The last time we did it MG, like I said, it took hours yesterday. And this time, well, we at least have the basic foundations now in place. Yeah, and I can go back after the stream is over. I'll come in and fix this up some more. We'll add a little bit of shadow in there as well. This is me not being able to stop. I just said I was just going to do a little bit of cleanup and then we would be done. But I'm still going. Okay, I need to go back over the head and sort of bring the line thickness of the outline in line, no pun intended, with the head so that it all matches up. But if we switch the old art off, you can kind of start to see what it's going to look like. Still more details to be done around the head. There's some more sort of detailing with the hair as well. But if we put the mainline art back on, and then we add in the previous transparency layer. And you can start to see different composite elements sort of come together. Okay, it's actually a bit messy if we add in the other transparencies. We've got to clear out Morgan on the previous stuff, but you can see how that transparency layer intersects with the main line out there. And yeah, it's starting to come together. We'll have to clear out some of take my red pen, the corrections pen. This sort of area here and up here, we're going to have to blank that out because Corinne is in the foreground and she is blocking that off. So we need to go in and get rid of that. But that is like, that's late stage stuff that we end up doing. Yeah, we are about done here as far as hour 1 is done. I know I said that. We're going to split the stream into like 3 sections now. We're going to do like hour 1, hour 2, hour 3. And hour 1 is the unpopular art stream. This version. At least that's how I figured this is going to work. So I'm going to go in and change some things now. We're about to move into hour 2. But I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, chat, we're back. We should be back. How you doing? It's time for hour 2. A little bit of a delay there. I have to get organised and change up our title and on Twitch anyway. I really need to change, add some stuff to the layout of my my overlay here. Add some things. Add the follower goal. I would like us to just start to. I really want to in December. I'm going to try and like be more active on Twitch. I think I just see if we can start to build the stream up a bit more. We're going to try and mix things up and try some different things, right? Instead of just the usual art streams that we normally do. Chat. It's December the 1st, and I ventured outside today, and it catches me off guard every single year. I'm always like, because November is 30 days half November. Whenever we get to November 30th, I'm like, oh man, I didn't get an advent calendar. I need to go get an advent calendar, and because if you leave it too late, then what happens is, you get to the store and then you've just all that's left to pick from is the scraps, right? I always like to get if there's a Transformers advent calendar, because we'll get into that today, but I'm a big Transformers fan, a lifelong Transformers fan. If there's like a Transformers advent calendar, I will snap that right up. Actually, I've got Amazon on screen here. Is there? I didn't see one today. It comes up in the search. Transformers Advent Calendar 2023. Is there? Because it's a movie year, right? We had Rise of the Beasts in the summertime. Usually if it's a movie year, you got a better chance you might be able to get one. But not often. It doesn't always happen. I haven't seen one. This is all a moot point now anyway, because I bought my advent calendar today, and it's just like a generic Cadbury one, right? At least I got one, I suppose. That's not be 2023, maybe that's where we're advent calendar. Two Christmas related Transformers things I try to get every year at Christmas time is the advent calendar, and also there's a Transformers annual. It's really like a British thing. The UK thing is a part of the being Transformers. Part of the Transformers fan experience, right? Is like Christmas. But we used to get the annual, and it is a very like a British thing, I suppose. The annual. It's not like a comic annual. In like superhero comics, they have like they'll have like the Spider-Man annual or whatever, and it's just in US sort of terms, right? But it's just like a big issue of the comic, and they would do that every year. But when we talk about annuals in Britain, it's like a separate thing. Actually, I can show you. Let's put 2023 annual. An annual in the UK is like a hardcover book, usually given to kids. They traditionally, it started off, it was like, I guess they go back to like the 50s, you used to have like the Eagle and Bunty and those kind of like British comics, and you would get like, or the Beano is the one that's there. The Beano's a popular one still. The Beano and the Dandy used to get all these sorts of things, and they're just like a hardcover book. Usually they would be like associated with like a comic or an IP that was popular at the time. You can see some more examples of them there. The Beano Annual 2024. They're always dated for the year coming. So it's like this year there will be the 2024 annuals, which sometimes can get a bit confusing, but they're for the year ahead. You get them, you're gifted them in at Christmas time, typically. Although they tend to come out there in the shops in about September-ish. You can see some examples of like popular annuals this year that people are buying or that are available. Nowadays they tend to be like big IPs. Beano and the Dandy and like Bruins is a Scottish one. Bruins is kind of like a Scottish tradition, by the way, if you don't know the Bruins. From the same publisher as Beano and the Dandy. When we used to get my grandmother's house, it's like there would always be the Bruins annuals sitting around. They would always be like in circulation. You know. Very inscrutable, I think, if you're not Scottish and you try and like pick them up and read them. I think I've got examples of the pages there. Okay, look at this. Always praise for Horace comes a cropper and he ends up fish and chip shopper. Okay. Oh, could you lend me a tenner till the end of the month? And I took out the housekeeping this week. I have an online delivery paper. Okay, so that's in modern things now. That's wrong with you though. Yeah, I got a job. Okay, enough. You kind of get the idea, right? Just like, I don't know, banter and stuff, I guess you would say. Just like people in their sort of, I guess it's like slice of life, is what you would say, right? The Bruins is an example of like a traditional one that people still buy. Annuals used to be a very big deal, especially like even when I was a kid. You were like talking like in the 80s, 90s. Right? The annual was a very big deal, especially if it's like something that you're into. These examples are all like very traditional ones, and they're sort of like the backbone of the annual market. The Beano, the Dandy, the Bruins. Those ones come out every year. Other things tend to come and go, like, you know, like when I was a kid, you could get like the GoBots annual or the Mask annual, or I mean Mask, not the Mask. That's different. Not the Jim Carrey film. I'm not referring to that. Thundercats, you know. What's in the annuals? Sort of the content of them. I'm talking a lot more about annuals tonight. By the way, this isn't what I wanted to do for the second hour. I've kind of gone off on a tangent with some annuals. Typically, like the content of them depends on what the annual is, but classically, the content of an annual is a couple of comic strip stories, some text stories as well, mixed in, sometimes with like illustrations. They might have like profiles of sort of like the main characters, some puzzles, maybe some pages to colour in, and as soon as you do that, you can like read the book. That sort of thing. So like games and things sometimes that you can play with the that kind of stuff. So you get like a nice mix of stuff. Now, nowadays, I'll tell you this now a bit. This will give you an idea about like the rise and fall of annuals, right? Because again, going back to me being a Transformers fan, right? Getting the Transformers annual, if you were like a UK Transformers fan, was like a big part of the experience. Like you get your Transformers toys at Christmas time, but also it's like if you're like, especially if you're like a regular reader of the comics were a fundamental part of being a UK Transformers fan, because we didn't get much of the cartoon on TV unless you had a big satellite dish. Maybe got a little bit of the cartoon on school holidays or something, but for us, most like being a Transformers was about you buy the comic every week, and if you're lucky you get a toy now and again. The Transformers annual was like an integral part, a huge part of the experience of being a kid who was into Transformers in the 80s. From 1985, Christmas 85, until Christmas 91, there was like a big aspect of like being into Transformers, was getting the annual every year. Can we bring them up? Let me see if I can show them. Share some of the old ones that are on here. Okay, we go. There's the 88 annual, and they were published by Grand Dreams and Marvel, who did the weekly UK comic. Transformers in general, but especially the Transformers comic, just is such a huge part of my childhood, and it's part of like what I do now, making comics and things, and wanting to make my own stuff, is because when I was like a kid, I was so inspired by this stuff. Reading Transformers every week, it made me want to like pick up a pencil and get to it. But that's kind of like another side thing, right? Scorpion Dec, that's the 88 annual, came out. I don't think that's. Is it? Yeah, that was the one that came out Christmas 88. Yeah, that's it. So it's really the 89 annual. see if I can remember from memory. So the 85 one has Optimus. Maybe we can say the 85 one has Optimus on it. The 86 one has Optimus again. The 87 one has Optimus, Magnus, and Galvatron. There we are. But we can go through in this sequence, right? You can sort of chart the history of them here. There was no one. There was no annual actually technically for released in '84 going into '85 because Transformers was still like a baby franchise then, right? The comic had only came out like prior September, so there wouldn't have been time to get an annual at the shops, or if there was, it wouldn't have been very good anyway. So nobody knew. It's a crazy thing about Transformers is, especially in the UK, in that first year. Nobody really knew that Transformers was gonna take off because like He-Man was really huge in '84 and everybody was so into He-Man, nobody was paying attention really to what came next, and Star Wars was like winding down. All this stuff was happening when I was like really young still. And I was kind of like not fully conscious of it. It's like Star Wars was pretty much like wrapping up, but there's no more films coming, so everybody's kind of looking elsewhere. He-Man just absolutely huge in '84. And I was big into He-Man as a little kid as well. A lot of us were. And then Transformers just started up slowly, but also Transformers was competing with GoBots, or Robo Machines in the UK. And everybody knew for sure that Transformers was going to make it. And actually, if you were smart and you were like in on the ground floor in '84, and I was not quite there yet. You were in on the ground floor, you could get Transformers really cheaply in '84 because the retailers were not marking them up. Retailers actually, if anything, were discounting them, and they were like, well, we don't know for sure what's going to happen yet. And then of course, because it was '84 in the US, it's like Transformers really like was to the moon right away, right? Really took off. And GoBots was doing well as well. But over time, it's like it became clear, you know, Transformers is going to be a huge deal. So this second year, because it was '85, was the year Transformers really like exploded in the UK. Right? So they had the annual out, this first one, and the first one's a little bit crude. It has like some of the comics. It's bringing in aspects from the comics that were going weekly by that point. Really, it's captured my imagination anyway. This first annual, and it came out actually just a couple of weeks after I got on board with the comic as well and got my first issue, so it was like a huge deal. This first one it has a lot more sort of like, there's a lot more puzzly elements to it. It's not really fully rooted in like the Marvel Comics Transformers style yet. There's a lot of like generic puzzles and things, that kind of stuff. But the first one really was like a big deal on me, especially. I think okay, here's the story. I think I got like had like a bottle of lemonade or something because it was day '85, and I should like spilled it down the side of the couch or something, and I should landed on this one, on Transformers '85 annual. And so my copy of it was kind of like ruined from the outset, but it did not stop me. I still have it somewhere to this day, minus the covers now, but with my sort of like felt tip pen drawings all over it. But I still have my original copy. And a couple of spare ones as well that I think I ended up with. And then, the following year, we got, for '86 going into '87, we got the Transformers annual number 2. And by this point, it's like Transformers was big in like Christmas '85 in UK, and then by '86 it's like it's the biggest thing going now, right? There is no competition in terms of like GoBots and that stuff has been vanquished, really. It's like GoBots is wrapping up, so going into '87, I mean, with '87 on the horizon. So it's like, and then Transformers the movie was coming out that Christmas in the UK. So we're not really fully reflecting the new era yet, even though Optimus, Magnus and Galvatron, like you can buy them and they're like being touted as the new leaders and like. We're kind of getting into a history lesson with Transformers here, but the second annual, by that point it's like really like Marvel UK rooted kind of stuff, right? It's like an extension of the weekly comic. And then that went on for like years and years. Then you got to, as you can see actually there, that's the preview, the next year after that. We've got it down at the bottom there. see a better picture of that? There we go. They kind of didn't get to do Ultimate Magnus and Galvatron the year that they were like the big toys. They were. Rodimus wasn't in the equation at that point as far as Hasbro UK were concerned, because he didn't come out until like spring of '87 over here. So it's like for Christmas the big toys to get, and at Christmas '86 were Ultimate Magnus and Galvatron. It's like they're the new hotness, right? They didn't make it onto the annual cover in time, so they're in like the following year's annual cover. And then that trend kind of like continued through to the second one with Scorponok, and then there's the next one after that is like Power Master, Optimus, and Megatron. And then by the time we get to 1990, the annual for 91. Then by that point, it's like things are starting to wind down a little bit. Beautiful cover art here by Jeff Senior, I believe. Really zoom in very well on it. But by that point, it was like now we're into like 1990. We're almost like this is the beginnings of Transformers nostalgia, if you can believe it or not. Because what happened was so many of us like missed the boat with. Like I said, weren't on the ground floor in like '84, and I really got into Transformers like as a really little kid in like '85, but then by the time we got to later on, the original toys got retired, especially after the movie, but everybody still wanted them in the UK anyway. Like a lot of us just didn't get the chance to get like Jazz and Ironhide and Wheeljack and those guys, and there was still like a strong demand for them, even like by the end of the 80s. So it's like by the time we got into 1990, so much of my 1990 experience of being a kid is like, oh wow, they're back, and it's like the original toys got reissued, some of them, the classics era, and it was almost like a revival of sorts. And it was this strange thing. I think maybe for a lot of us, it was like one of our earliest experiences of nostalgia. Is these guys went away and they came back, and we're glad to see them again. So it's like they became prominent again in the comic, and it wasn't really enough to save the comic because it only really went on for like another year or so afterwards. Well, after 1990, it's like another year, 1991, and then it's like we were wrapping things up. But by that point, by the time you get into the annual for 1991, a lot of it's becoming like reprint material and things like that, and it's clear it's like there's not as much investment anymore. And then the 1992 annual, which was published in for Christmas 1991, I didn't get that one at the time. Very valuable if you can find it now. In fact, what do we have? I'll show you it. There it is. On Amazon, but it's not for sale on Amazon. Look at the price of that. Hardcore, 100. One collectible one for £300. Really, again, bring it up. The Amazon thing is rubbish for the people. But that's what it looks like. Has the Dinobots on which on the cover because they were reissued again in 1991. Like the classics thing continued into second year in 1991, and the Dinobots came out again, and still no Swoop. We didn't get Swoop in the UK either. I did not get this one as a kid. My dad was phoning around on Christmas Eve. He left it to the last minute, and he didn't manage to get it to me because it's like you can't believe it that in the day. There were probably not many of these issued at all. There probably weren't many printed because now it's like hugely collectible. Even though again by this point that one is mostly just reprints. There's like a text story in there to kind of like wrap things up because the Transformers comic ended like a month after Christmas after that. So yeah, it was sad. It was like the end of an era when that one came out, and I didn't get it, but I do have it now. Yeah. It took me years to find it. I was hunting it down. I went to conventions, Transformers conventions, comics conventions. I looked online on eBay and then used bookstores and things, just trying to find a cheap copy of it, and it was always like ridiculously expensive. But eventually, I did get there in the end. Right? So I do have the full set now. And then we got another Transformers annual a couple of years after that, and this is kind of what I wanted to talk about as far as like the continued decline of annuals. Like, to the point where you could tell that nobody cares about annuals anymore. And now that was at the end of an era, as annuals used to be like these beautifully crafted things that had like original art in them and original stories, and it's clear that a lot of effort went into them now. But when the Generation 2 Transformers annual came out in Christmas '94, it is junk, right? It's absolute trash. It's just almost entirely assembled out of like bits of flip art with like a bit of the Hasbro provided for like licensing purposes. So it's like the same picture of Gen 2 Megatron over and over again. It's just flipped and pasted all over the pages. It's like we already saw him. Like he's been in the annual like 3 times now. It's like a barely cobbled together sort of thing, and it was so sad. It's like probably one of the markers of what this is at the end of my childhood now. This is, and also that Generation 2 just was not going to work out, like, right? But it's like we did not have the same people behind it, and the people who were like in charge of things now, they just didn't care anymore, and it was a shame. And then if we get to like in the modern era, we had like a couple every now and again, every couple of years now, you get like a new Transformers annual, and it's something like this one. I think I have a couple of copies of this just because it's like nice to acquire some of these so easily. There's no pictures of the pages of it, but nowadays they just again tend to be just clip art or just like generic assets of characters from whatever film or TV show or whatever it is. No effort. They tend to not have like original comic stories or anything like that. They're not as rooted in the comic book tradition as they used to be. So, anyway. And then yeah, there's usually like a Pokemon one, and again one's based on like whatever current sort of big properties are that are like kid focused, right? But anyway. That was like a huge tangent, chat. I just want to talk about how that was like a big part of the Christmas experience. I mean, I guess we could talk about other aspects of Christmas as we get closer to the day, but we've got all month to talk about it. But I would love to do like a CORBIE annual if I wasn't so slow, and if I could like turn things around. But it's one of my things is like one day I would love to do a hardcover book like in the annual tradition, and maybe it has like original CORBIE stories and profiles and things like that, and it's just carry that on. I don't know how I would actually go about doing it. I guess it would just be like a vanity thing. I mean, to some extent, everything I do with CORBIE is like a vanity thing. It's like I want to do it. It's not like the market demanded it now. I hope that like my enthusiasm for CORBIE does like come through, and I'll encourage you to check it out. But you know what I mean? It's like you try and hope that as you share things, it's like your enthusiasm for what's in there will be contagious. I suppose that's part of being an artist. What we were supposed to be doing, and now we're like a lot of time there. We might have been over a little bit into hour 30. As I said earlier, I've been tasked with John, cobble together a wish list of things on Amazon that you would like to purchase. And they all have to be under £20. So I don't even know where to begin actually. Let's have a look at like Blu-rays first. See what's popular. If there's anything that I would like. And again, everything wherever I'm gonna get has to or ask for. That'd be too presumptuous. Wherever I'm gonna ask for it has to be under £20. Oh, we were just talking about, yeah, of course we were just Transformers. I often do. I don't have Rise of the Beast, and I haven't seen Rise of the Beast. But chat, this past summer was before we started doing Club Kirby again, so I never got to talk about this on stream. When I was a kid, the idea that like one movie that comes out that is connected to something that you're into, one movie in any given year like would be a big thing, right? When Transformers the movie came out in '86, I didn't get to see it. I got to see it on home video later. Didn't get to see it in the cinema. I was just Walt John at the time. It's very hard to, especially if you live like rurally. Back in the day, it was very hard if you lived in like a rural place. You were nowhere near a cinema. It's like things come out and it's very hard, especially if you're a little kid, to get to see a film that you want to see. You gotta convince your parents to drag you out and you're going to drive like 40, 50, 60 miles, however far it is to the cinema to go see it. So, you know, it would have been big to get to see Transformers the movie. I didn't. I missed out on Ghostbusters 1. I was too little and I would have probably been scared out of my mind when I was 4 years old to see Ghostbusters, so that wasn't on the table. When Ghostbusters 2 came out, it was like the moon landing to me. It was Christmas '89 when it came out over here in the UK. And my dad did take me and my younger brother to go see Ghostbusters 2. A huge deal. And then after that, after Ghostbusters 2, I can't remember the next time I went to the cinema. Years and years after that. But this summer, the fact that there was a Transformers movie, a Spider-Man movie, and a Turtles movie, and they all came out within weeks of each other, was just like, I am spoiled, and yet I cannot go to see any of these, but I cannot justify the time away and the amount of money it would take me to get into the cinema. I'm kind of like basically like where I was when I was 6. It's like I just can't organise this when it goes through. And of course the cinema tickets these days and all that stuff is just for a day out. I just couldn't get away. So I missed out on that. I didn't get to see Rise of the Beast. I didn't get to see the new Spider-Verse film. And I didn't get to see Rise of the TMNT either. It would have been really nice to see Rise of the TMNT because that was around the time that Turtle film was ending. I just feel like it would have been nice to like put a little bow in it after I pressed the finish line. The Transformers Rise of the Beast on 4K. £25. Okay, that's out of my price range. But the Blu-ray is out of my price range. I'm gonna shut down some tabs here. The Blu-ray is £15. I'm in like a weird bind with Blu-rays and 4K things because I have a 4K TV. I don't have a 4K Blu-ray player. So it's like, really I want to display things on TV in the best quality, but I don't have a player to do it. And you can see I'm kind of like caught in the middle here. Obviously you can buy films digitally, but I want to have like the physical thing too. That's like, okay. But I make do with like having the standard Blu-ray release right now, I suppose. Especially if it's just a gift and somebody else is buying it for me. But I think I'm gonna add that to my wish list. But it's said about safe £3 on checkout. Terms. Okay, fine. I feel like these are easy picks. I think wish list is I'm going to actually add them later. How did I end up on Avatar? I was looking at Avatar. Wait, how can I wrong thing? I'll tell you a story about Transformers movies, by the way, as long as we're talking about them. The sort of history with the Transformers movies is 1. The first Michael Bay one. I told you I've seen the 86 movie obviously, but it's like when the first Michael Bay one came out, I was like in the cinema the morning that it came out, and was not going to miss that for the world, obviously. Just to have a Transformers movie at that point was like a huge deal, and I think a lot of us in the fandom at that point were just like, it just felt like it was enough just to have Transformers back in the spotlight at that point and on the big screen. It was like, it was a 20-year plus journey to get there. And it's like, that was enough, you know. I didn't, like, there were obvious problems, you know, with the first film. But we were just kind of willing to overlook it, and just, it was amazing that we'd even got there, to be honest with you. And then, 2 years after that, the second one came out, Revenge of the Fallen. Again, it was our day one with bells on. And by that point, that was the one where everybody was like, no, this is really, really bad. It's still like, you gotta be true to your school, right? You're loyal to Transformers, you're a loyal fan like I am, and then it's like, no, we're gonna stick with it. And then, movie 3 came out. Movie 2 came out, there was like a midnight screening, and then by the time movie 3 came out, it was like, I don't think it was where I was anyway. And it was like, I went to the film after work, just walked to the cinema and saw it. And then it's like, okay, it's the same kind of thing again. Movie 4 came out, and movie 4 was like, by this point, it's like, it's getting hard, man. It's getting hard to sit in the cinema for these films, and movie 4, felt like it just went on forever, and I think that was the point where I tapped out. By the time movie 5 came out, it's like I own all of these movies on Blu-ray. I've never actually sat down and watched the box set of Blu-ray. So I've never seen movie 5, even though technically I do own it. Skip that one, and then Bumblebee came out, and Bumblebee was like, I've got to go to the cinema to see this one. And kind of washed my hands of all these kind of big Hollywood reboots at that point, and then it's like Bumblebee was turned my face out. I was like, it's good, it's good. I was like elated coming out of Bumblebee. I could not believe it. The first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to go to the toy store and like buy a bunch of Transformers because I was just in my element there. And then I went there and all they had was bots, and it's like, fine, I'll buy all the bots you have. And then, yeah, and then Rise of the Beast. Did I miss any? Maybe there's been more that have come out. I think the Rise of the Beast is the first one that came out since Bumblebee, I think. Unless I'm forgetting. And, no, like I said again, I haven't seen this one. But it sounds to me, like, from what I've heard, it feels like they threw away a lot of the goodwill that they had built up with Bumblebee. And we're kind of back to square one, so I guess we'll see, right? I'm gonna add that one to my wish list anyway. And who knows, chat, if I get it for Christmas, I'll tell you on stream what I thought of it. Across the Spider-Verse, I have not seen it either, like I said. I really did like Into the Spider-Verse. It just like scratched an itch for me in terms of being like I said, like being a Spider-Man fan, I guess, like since I was a little kid. And as somebody who by the time Into the Spider-Verse came out, I had to like wash my hands of just general sort of superhero movies. And I think was it the second Thor movie was the point where I just sort of was like, nah, I'm giving up. But big Spider-Man fan, and a big like animation cheerleader as well. So it's like, just of course that first one was like a big like a showcase, you know. And one that I do own on Blu-ray as well, but I have not seen the second one yet. The Blu-ray it says here is £15. Okay, so again, there's no point in me asking for the 4K, and it's out of my price range anyway as far as gift to school. The Blu-ray is 15, so that one seems like a good option as well. So I gotta pick up the pace here. I mean, we're not really on a strict schedule. What else? Or also the other obvious one. Again, the Blu-rays are all about the same price. It all seems to be generally about £15, and then the 4K ones are just, that's too much for a single film, man. Okay, but I'm on board for that. So that's three things I could potentially get. I need to come up with a lot of potential things. Not on the list. I think we had that film in the previous Christmas where it was like got a bunch of things on my list, and then it was like people were acting like my expectation was, yeah, we're not going to buy you all those things. I'm like, I'm not asking you to buy me all these things, I'm just giving you options, you know? I never saw The Bad Guys, and I really wanted to. That's not on Blu-ray? What? That doesn't make sense. What am I missing? Of course there's a Blu-ray. Why is it not listed? Oh. Yeah, the VPN thinks I'm in the Netherlands for some reason. Which is strange. But, it does exist anyway. Okay, I'm adding a tab for everything that I would like to purchase. And I'll go and consolidate all of these into my wish list later. I kept waiting for Bad Guys to show up on Netflix in the UK. I don't know if it's on other regions, but it's so difficult to just get the VPNs to actually work nowadays. It's more hassle than it's worth with Netflix. So I haven't seen The Bad Guys. I hope it's good. Obviously, it's like years have passed by this point since it came out. I think it was the last year that it came out. I'm really surprised it hasn't turned up yet. Unless it has since I last checked, and I'm mistaken. Batman the Animated Series on Blu-ray. That's really something, but £36, it's out of the running. You can't ask for that. Obviously, when you're looking at animated stuff, there's a lot of Disney stuff in there. I do still have a Disney Plus sub for now, so it kind of means like that would discourage me from buying or asking for like the Blu-rays of Disney things. So I'm on the bubble about cancelling Disney Plus because I think they sent me an email saying the price of the sub is going up, and I'm like, well, I've cancelled a lot of my other streaming things, so I kind of feel like, oh, I feel like I need to just do like a Disney Plus binge, watch everything that I want to watch, and then it's like, okay, I'm out, done. Maybe I'll see you down the road, but for now, I think that's the extent of it. I think that's the extent of things I would like on movie, or how am I wrong? Yeah, let's look at CDs. You might know, if you watch the stream regularly, I'm a big CD guy. I want to write an article about that for Portatronic if I ever actually get around to fixing up and updating the website and doing a bit more work on it. I want to write about how I sort of learned to embrace the CD, and then like I just like view it as like a magical sort of totem of my youth now. It's something that I feel like I was just thinking about this the other night that I didn't really get to fully experience, because it wasn't until I was like in my late teens that I really had access to like a CD player of my own. There's this window from like 97 to 99 where it's like I'm actively buying CDs, like kind of in line with like when the peak CD sort of buying period was for most people, I suppose. And then it's like when you get to like 99, and then it's like I discovered the MP3 and the MP3 player, and then I just embraced that point, and it's like now it's like CDs are so cheap, and I so associate them with like the 80s and the 90s, and I'm just really back more to like this idea of having physical items, you know, that are yours, that nobody can take away from you. There's nothing here that really captures my interest. I really like collecting compilations as well, and just sort of padding out my library. I rip everything in a media server as FLAC files. I really like going back and collecting like 80s, 90s compilations, and looking for like gaps in my music library, and just like I'm building my own streaming service basically through Plex and Plexamp. And I used to use what was then Google Play Music and then later YouTube Music, and I have cancelled my sub now. And I'm like, I just want to put the money that I would spend on my sub every month back into buying more CDs. None of this stuff is doing anything for me. Junk. A lot of junk, but okay. Now let's go back to Transformers. Oh, let me type the word. Look for possible Transformers under £20 if someone were to purchase a gift for me. Transformers over here. Oh, we can just see Transformers stuff in general. Oh, dang. It's Replex thing. That's a little bit out of my price range. I do have the original Cybertron version of Cybertron Replex. But I don't know that. It's such a weird toy as well, this thing that he turns into. He is a Scotsman, kind of. All the guys from Giant Planet and Transformers Cybertron are Scottish, you might know or you might not know. Which was a real novelty for me at the time when Cybertron the dub came out. But, yeah, those are our guys. I'm really out of the game as far as Transformers collecting goes and have been since. I think this guy was the tipping point for me. Where I was so excited to see that they were making a new Motormaster, especially since the Combiner Wars guys. Combiner Wars Stunticons were not. They left a lot to be desired, right? And it really felt like they nailed it with the new ones, like Motormaster especially, but when I saw that price, I was like, this is unreasonable. He's kind of like the dream toy that I wanted Motormaster to be when I was a kid. When Motormaster, the original one, came out, and in your imagination when you're a kid, I thought he was going to be like Optimus Prime size when I saw the pictures of him, and then you see him in the store, and it's like he's nowhere near that big. But somehow in my imagination as a kid, even seeing him in the box, it's like you sort of magnify things and he feels like he's bigger than he really is. But really, G1 Motormaster was like the size of, I was going to say like a Snickers bar. He's about the size of a king-sized Snickers bar, or maybe a generous Snickers bar. And then this guy's so much bigger, but it's like the price nowadays is like so unreasonable. And I think when I saw that he was going to be like nearly £100, I was like, no, I'm out, I'm done. I cannot, like, the price rises have just become unreasonable, so it's like one of the things that really took me out of the game as far as Transformers collecting goes, and I was just the prices just started to skyrocket, probably around the time of the pandemic, I would say. And it's like I think I just got to the point where I was like, maybe you should just enjoy the Transformers you have. Especially since you kind of get into a cycle where it's like, okay, well, you got a couple of Motormasters already. You got a couple of Galvatrons already, you know, and so on and so on. And most of these guys are out of the price range that we're talking about. I mean, so many of them look so good, but the prices are just too much. Like this Blitzwing. I don't know. I don't have him, so I can't say if he's any good or not, but it looks phenomenal. Okay, the gem was a bit chunky, I guess. And you always have that triple changer thing of you're seeing. Because the tank looks good though. Yeah, we gotta get back into it. We gotta get back to. Looking for affordable gifts. Oh yeah, that video series all about Magnus. And I saw somebody posting about him the other day. And again, it kind of goes back to what I was just saying. Ultra Magnus is one of my guys. It's like Jazz and Ultra Magnus. Two of my favourite Autobots. I really love this set. I see what you did there. That colour scheme of like predominantly blue, but also like a bit of white and red. Or Jazz is actually like predominantly white with a bit of red and blue, but that red, white, blue colour scheme just, ever since I was a kid, just is like lands for me. Just like them and Smokescreen as well. All the Magnus, Jazz, Smokescreen all have that sort of unified red, white, blue colour scheme, and I just love it to death. Just fantastic. He would be okay again. £96 outside of the kind of price range we're talking about here, but even if I was buying them myself, it's like really hard sell for me because even though, like I said, I'm not the Magnus fan, the masterpiece is so good. I know people complain about the flap on the rear end of masterpiece of the Magnus, but no, he might just be, the masterpiece might just be my favourite Transformers toy of all time. Seriously. What about... We're talking about just like little stocking filler things. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the stretch Bumblebee. Yeah, that's really cool. Can he stand on his own? I assume he can stand on his own, right? He's like just gonna fall over. That's important to me. He has to actually be able to sort of like display well. I think that's a maybe. Again, we've got to get things that we need to put things that are under that sort of £20 cut-off point. That Brawn is so close, and yet so far. Also, he's out of stock anyway. Again, I'm kind of out of the loop. The other thing that happened was I'm not on Twitter anymore, and haven't been now since like the spring. And once I left Twitter, it's like I was like cut off from like the Transformers fandom, and I don't really know what's out anymore. It's like I'm seeing some of these guys for the first time. I don't really. I'm out of the loop as far as what's new, what's in the shops and that, you know, as far as Transformers goes. But the alt mode looks really good. The robot mode looks okay, I guess. As far as Brawn goes, I got like an issue with Brawn because like that episode of the G1 cartoon where he's just like ragging on Perceptor and it's like, what's the deal with this nerd? And it's like he's just going at him all the time, and it's like, I guess that's like his character, but it really put me off, and I'm like, why do you have to be so mean, Brawn? I never got over that. There's a similar thing with like Cliffjumper and Mirage, that one where that episode Traitor, where it's just like Cliffjumper is like suspicious of Mirage. He's like, traitor, I'm telling you, he's a traitor, and it's like, and that's even worse for me because I like Cliffjumper, but it's like he's awful in that episode. Like they make up by the end, but and Brawn makes up with Perceptor as well when he's dragging him. It's the same thing, but I can just about forgive Cliffjumper. I don't think I've ever fully forgiven Brawn. I think that always put me off a little bit. What is this mod? That seems like the kind of thing that I like, the kind of joke that I like. Nah, I'm out as far as that goes. It's so strange looking at the stretched out phase. There's a couple of them. Oh, the Megatron one's even weirder. But these did not work at all. I'm sorry. It gives you some idea how big they are. There's a Bumblebee too. The Bumblebee one, the face works a little bit better, I guess. That's too bad. I would really be in the market for like a reusable Transformers, like a metal water canister or whatever, you know, like a reusable one. It seems like the kind of thing that I would like. Little Ironhide. Core class. Oh. I was like, I'm up for that. And I guess he is core class, right? So he's small. But just the unpainted back there. I don't know, that puts me off a little bit. I'd have to maybe print up some window stickers for him if I got them. Now we're kind of getting more into right on the line as far as the price range goes. Blue, not 12 breaker, Diaclone 12 breaker, or the red one, which is also under £20. Blue or red? Normally I would say blue, but I think the red maybe looks a little bit better for that time. We're gonna wrap things up as far as second portion of the stream goes. I don't feel like we made a lot of progress as far as picking out gifts or potential gifts goes. That backpack very good. It's a kid's backpack, obviously, so I'm not asking for that, but. But man, that is so stylish. Really nice. If I was a kid into Transformers today as opposed to like in the 80s into Transformers, I'd be all over that. The Lego Optimus I saw yesterday. Argos is selling the Lego Optimus in the UK for £80. It's like half price. I was like, just about at that price, I'm like, man, I'm ready to jump on it almost. They were always doing price cuts on it, and it was always just like a minimal saving, and then I was like, okay, half price now, I'm like interested. And I went to check all the Argoses. All the Argoses in Scotland, basically, to check what stock they had, and they were all out of stock. I guess everybody reached the same conclusion I had, that it's like, that's a deal, get on that, but they were quicker than me. Transformers wallet, oh, really nice. I already have a Transformers wallet, but mine is disintegrating. Every time I take it out when I'm doing my groceries or whatever, it's like flakes of the outer cover of it just fall off. I guess there's a Chinese junk when you search for Transformers on Amazon. I guess it's not just your Transformers, but it's just stuff in general. You got to filter through all this sort of generic Chinese items. Nobody's really interested in. I would imagine. I would think of like 99% of the people who are looking at Transformers stuff on Amazon, they just want to see actual licensed, real Transformers items, not like weird bootlegs. I don't know, the further you get down with you know, more pages in you are, the more of a sort of a jumbled mess the items you get it ends up being. I think there's still some cool things here and there, but I just feel that you get more, the noise increases as far as like your searches go. What about turtle stuff? We're gonna have a look at the Ninja Turtle stuff. I can type. I can't type it. What's going on? U-R-T-L-E. Come on. We'll look at Ninja Turtle stuff, and then we'll leave it there, I think, as far as Hour 2 goes well. And I'm really looking for, like, stuff in the 80s Turtles. I'm not invested in the film yet, because I haven't seen it. Because the nice things, there's lots of merchandise that has the Fred Wolf Turtles in it. I love a whole bunch of Turtles mugs. So that's probably the worst one I've seen. That's not super expensive either, so there's that. Oh, again, like the backpack, like the Transformers backpack. This t-shirt design, wasted on children. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, we'd buy that in a heartbeat, come on. I don't know if there's an adult version of that. Beautiful. Ah, to be young again. If only. Right, now here's an item I can get behind. Combination of it's freezing in here and, you know, the turtles. But I'm not talking about how cold it is, I'm talking about the turtles, so that would be ideal, but the price is just unreasonable. Yeah, I think we're going to that out this way. Oh wow. Oh. Purple Donny socks. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I need these, and yet you can't get them. It's like they're not in stock. There's no. Oh wait, $6.90. Oh, okay, right. So there is somebody is selling them. Okay, right. That's like my top thing. These socks, chat. Oh my god, these socks. I need to go back and look at them again. Combination of what color? Favorite turtle with 2 shades of purple. Yes, dude, yes. And the practicality of socks. The mundane thing when you're an adult is like having good sets of socks that are in your like rotation, that don't disintegrate on you or one of them goes missing or something like that. And just like, yeah, nice socks, ones that you want to wear. Now, kind of related. Hoodie, sweatshirt / blanket, Yuli. I'm all about that. I got one for Christmas last year. But at that price, no. It's about £45, right? And again, it's just a Duracell is my favourite, so it's like I'm not gonna settle for a Nike one. If I'm spending £45 on one of those, I want it to be a Duracell one. Okay, I think that's it. After that, you start to get into more generic turtle stuff as opposed to Ninja Turtle stuff. A lot more. Ninja stuff. Okay, we've got to wrap up. But I guess we came up with a couple of things, chat. I do quite like this shirt. It's a bit like the combination of black and white kind of evokes the original Mirage turtles and mixed with the character design, which is obviously like Fred Wolf turtles. That's it's $16.95. It's within the price range I was talking about. We only have a couple of them left. So that's a consideration. Now, we are behind schedule. Did I save my work when we were in the drawing portion of this thing? I did not. We're gonna move into the last portion of today's stream. We're doing a long stream today. We've been on for well over 2 hours. I'm gonna take a little sip of my drink there, and I'm gonna just go reshuffle some stuff, and we're gonna move into the last portion of the show, which is gonna be our gaming stream. We're gonna go back and we're gonna play a little bit of Super Mario World. So I'll be back with you in just a sec. Okay, we should be good to go. Almost. There we go. So we have not played Super Mario World in a little while. I can't remember when the last time was we did a gaming session. Like I said, I want to mix things up a little bit more, so I don't know how many more streams of Super Mario World we're going to do before I get bored and move on, and maybe we'll play something else, you know? But we're going to get some power-ups to begin with. I don't know how long we're going to be on tonight, because we kind of overran with my wish list stuff. And you know what the first thing I always do is I go back and get some capes. Okay, right, with that out of the way. Okay, chat, let me just get organized here. And it's freezing in here again. Okay, where are we at? Hmm. That's strange. I could have sworn that last session we got to the Green Switch Palace. What's I'm imagining? You definitely did this level already, I'm getting confused. I'm gonna assume that the save state is not actually our most current version of the game, and that probably the actual saved version on its own is newer. See if I'm correct. Because we definitely did the Green Switch Palace already. Okay, now I'm really confused. Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll pick it up from here then. I don't know what the best course of action is as far as... whether it use the save state or just go from where we actually... our official save, if you know what I mean, from the last time. Which one to use? Okay, we'll do this again then. Okay, chat, I think we're only going to get to do like maybe half an hour in Super Mario World tonight. I think we just overran, you know, in the previous portions of the show. Maybe it took us a lot too long to get going here, I suppose. I think the Mario goes. Nope, missed it. Get up there. There we go. Come on. Oops. I did this the wrong way. I went to the wrong place. It doesn't matter. The main thing is we got the switch switched. That is much easier if you've got the green switches enabled. Completely lost now as to which secrets we've unlocked and which ones we haven't. We definitely did this level on stream, and I think I said it a couple of times as I recall. Oh, darn it. Oh no. This is all your fault. Oh, it came back. It's okay. Oh, no, 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 no. It's very hard to swim when you're carrying one of these switches. He does this one as well. Whoa! Okay. Yeah, that's a business, okay. Oh. Okay, am I supposed to go in here? The door's next up. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect in doing it secret too. I don't know what's in here. I guess we can explore it and see if we can get to the end of it. And cross it off with our list. Oh! Could not have landed in a worse possible place. Alright. That didn't go as I expected either. Yeah, I was a bit clever at that time. I knew not to fall down the hole, but I didn't get the Starman out of it. It's super slippery. Oh, jumped a bit too early. Okay, we can try again, but if I don't do better this time, we're gonna have to go get some extra lives. Mm. Okay. I'm sure there's a knack to that. I just haven't got it yet. Once you get to a certain point in this game. Oh, nah, I'm going. Once you get to a certain point in this game, going around this little Mario feels like you're just asking for trouble. So just go get some power-ups, John. Make it easy on yourself. Get some lives too. It's funny how we always end up back here whenever I start running low on lives. I'm back here for easy power-ups. Didn't mean to leave Yoshi behind there at the end. Okay, we'll go back and get another Yoshi and then we'll return to what we were doing to begin with. Right, but now we've got a few more lives, so that helps. Oh, careful. I'm just Desperately trying to avoid that Cooper. I'm like, look, I don't want any trouble, man. Which is a funny thing to say about a Cooper Trooper, right? You think they're like the most... the least threatening guys in the game, arguably. Oh. Okay, what have we got left to do? I'm still completely lost as to where we are in terms of what we've done and what we haven't. I'm kind of trying to retrace my steps here. Let's do vanilla dome 1. Oh yeah, I think we need to get the red switch first before we can progress here, really. Oh, then again. And you had to sacrifice Yoshi to do it. Okay, let's see what's open to us here. Over up this side. Woo! Oh, we have one of those. Oh. That does not look promising, that band of Koopas up there. Hmm. Oh. It almost looks like you could go up there and there would be something up there, doesn't it? But there's not. And also this curve here is designed to prevent you from getting any momentum up. You can't really run there. Okay. Chat, I'm really of two minds. It's like I thought we would be done about 11 PM, which is, was it 10 PM, which is about 5 minutes from now, just a lot over 5 minutes. But, I don't know, instead I'm just here exploring, I guess, now. Starting to open up more levels that we haven't seen before. I kind of want to stay on and just wait for a little bit longer. Oh, these guys are the worst. Ah! You not go near them. One of them seen me. Hmm. I think there's a secret passage down here. These guys still back here coming after me. There we go. We gotta do that level again though, because that's the secret passage. We didn't see the main. We didn't do the main goal. Whoa. Get them. Get them. Eat them all. Ink all of our shirts. Oh, right. I didn't see this Yoshi the first time, this Yoshi egg. They're not eating them. Okay, then that could be helpful. In terms of like clearing a path. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come back here. Yoshi, come back. Come back, Yoshi, come back. Oh, I've screwed this up. Oh, I've got to keep pace with him. Stay with me, Yoshi. Is he gone? Oh no, he's coming back. Oh. That's an off-screen death. And this level's a bit more challenging than the initial. It seems like it's gonna be okay because you get the Starman. Or you don't get the Starman, as the case may be. I mean, they give you like a Yoshi and a Starman right up front. You think it's gonna help. I'm still kind of at a disadvantage here because I'm Little Mario, and as I was saying earlier, it's like, but beyond a certain point in this game, it feels like being Little Mario. It's just like a death sentence. Oh no, I've messed up again. Okay, look, all we really need is to get to the end goal. don't need to find a secret exit or anything like that. We just need to keep moving left about. Oh my god. Get in there. Oh. That's all we need. If I throw you right in the deep end there, it's like, so you see Lakitus and me being Little Maya again there, it's like I was asking for trouble there. I should come back to that one once I've actually, you know, powered up again. Where did we get to, like, on our main path? Have we ever done these levels? We must have, yeah. I'll take that. Again with the Lakitu stuff. And oh, why did I do that? Jeez. Typing out of the cloud, I should have stayed in there as long as I possibly could. Oh, I can't get up there. No, that's not going to happen. Oh, I could just use a pipe here. What am I talking about? Ah. I just that was an honest, my finger slipped moment. I just, I got overwhelmed there, to be honest with you. And now I'm halfway through this level, but again, no power-ups, so I'm like, there's all these Spinies and Lakitus. About a better place. I'm a dead man walking here. Okay, that helps. Oh. Okay, chat, I'm gonna go for another like 15 minutes, I think. We've been streaming now for over 3 hours, believe it or not. Let's see if we can at least clear this level before we wrap it up. Ah, missed him. What? I didn't think he was going to jump over the pipe. We're running out of lives. Ah, missed him. Missed him again. Got him that time. That's also good, why not? Oh, you. Oh. Put that guy right at the end just to mess with you. Especially if you're little Mario there. Seeing that guy's like, oh no, I've got to go through him. That just leads back to where we were. Okay, right, well, that's nothing then. That didn't really help us in any meaningful way, did it? Obviously there's a secret there as well. As a red level. Okay, we can try it again, see if we can get to the secret, but I should really probably go and... Actually, we can use... Here's a trick to first to just get some extra lives now that we've completed the level. The main way through. That's kind of cheap, but why not? What takes a second? Okay, that'll do. Let's come back to one more. Then we'll be on our way. Oh. Don't. That's the worst possible place to land. Oh, I'm not gonna lose a life to him. Okay, chat. We'll come back to that. I know there's like... we got to use the Lackity Cloud and then we got to go find the secret level. I know that much, but I think we'll leave that for another time. We didn't get to play as much Super Mario World tonight as I would like, but I am gonna make a point of saving there, and we will pick up on a subsequent stream. Chat. This is one of the longest streams that we have ever done on this channel, but controller fell on the floor. I don't have a nice place to put my controller when I'm not using it. You could just sit it over there and see how it goes. And then it's locked in place, but just I don't know, maybe I can figure out a dedicated place for it where it's going to sit and it's not going to slide off. Yeah, over 3 hours tonight. I don't feel like we accomplished as much as I would have liked. We got a little bit of drawing done in the first hour, and then hour 2 we did a little bit of shopping and a little bit of Mario, but I don't feel like it was as productive as I would have liked within that time. So within 3 hours we should be able to get a lot more done than that. But I like doing this kind of format. I think maybe it's better for drawing people into the stream, right? I'm really just trying to grow this channel, and I want to be very deliberate about that through December until I think the plan is I'm here until about the 22nd, and then after that we're going to take a Christmas break. Nothing set in stone yet, I would say, but that's the plan. I think around the 22nd is going to be, we'll be wrapped up by then, and we'll take a little break over the Christmas period, and then we'll come back in the new year. So, between now and then, I really just want to just mix up the format, and I want to just commit more to being on stream and doing a greater variety of things, not just coming on and doing like an hour of an Arch stream and then I'm going again. It's like goodbye till tomorrow, because I don't think that format was really working for us, and I think we can just keep experimenting until we see something, find something that like clicks with people, that clicks with viewers, and is like compelling to make them want to stick around, right? And it's better for me as well, I think, because otherwise I think if I just feel like I'm coming and doing the same thing every day, I don't know that that's I don't know that that's sustainable for the long term. It's better to have a little bit of variety, especially as you know, as I've been saying, being on stream in the cold during the winter months and that, it can be hard to maintain momentum. Sometimes you just get to the point where it's like you have a day where it's just so cold and miserable, and you kind of feel like I just don't feel like doing it today. So, I feel like if we have that like an element of variety, it's good for me too, you know? Right. We will be back. I don't know. Again, I would like to do a longer stream tomorrow. I don't know that we'll do a stream as long as this, but I think we'll try and maintain this format, right? Of hour 1 or section 1, segment 1 is the Arch stream. Segment 2, just chat for a bit. Segment 3, we'll find a game. Not necessarily Mario, but for now we're concentrating on Mario, right? So, thank you for being with me on stream this evening. I do appreciate having you here around. It really means a lot. I mean, I don't know. It's like as a small streamer, it's hard to convey that, but as a small streamer, to me, just having people pop in for a little while means a lot too. Do check out the comic at readcmc.com. Check us out on, depending on which platform you're watching on just now. You could find me on YouTube as John Porter CMC and on Twitch as Portertronic, right? And we'll be back tomorrow evening, I think, at 6 PM UK time. And we'll do a little bit of the same sort of format again as we've done tonight. And I'm going to try and be with you, like I said, right up till almost till Christmas, through the month of December, and see if we can just keep this sort of new format going. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next edition of Club Kirby.